Welcome, one of all, to another scene within the mage venue. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and all other yada yada and jazz and fraz. When we last we had left off, we had left off with my brother, Heather, and there was like spirit, the saplings, and stuff. Gave you on a vision quest, and you start to merrily walk outside the very safe and controlled little umbral reflection of the Giant Vantes or Dreamspeakers or whatever they're calling themselves at a chantry, and decided to go off the wild blue yonders, as it were. Tell me, what are you feeling? What are you doing? How are you preparing? What's up?
So basically, how am I feeling? Yeah. So after a year of pulling a lot of shit, animal shit, putting it to make sure that the little thing grows strong, and even freaking burying my favorite rabbit at the base of the tree, planting it on ley lines twice. You know, and the reaction that I got was like, so you like the nickname that the freaking spirit of Twilight gave you? You know, the whole wandering, weary traveler thing. You like playing with technology. That's cool. Have a vision quest that lets you not do that and plant another tree. So on the one hand, he's kind of disappointed, but on the other hand, hey, fate, magic, and spirit kind of changed around a few times this past year and even this previous year, so whatever, it happens. So, as a preparation, I have the bracelet of provided by Leah. I have my usual enchantments that I go daily, which are, let me see again, Mind Shield, Spirit Dialogue. My trinkets being Earth Elemental, not my problem, and uh, you know, donned the Rulia's bracelet. I'm not going to say that I'm putting a third one because that would be cheating. But the other two are in form of cookies. So, besides having been stepped into the penumbra with kind of like only my clothes on my backs and on my back and having food with the freaking branch as my guide towards what I appear to determine the direction of west,
Mm-hmm.
which was kind of like the last place that he kept on going west, and it's like, okay,
You're
west.
following the stick. You're following the stick.
The stick leads me to the through the
Okay, okay, okay,
penumbra west.
okay. And to do very quickly, do me a wits plus your umble lore difficulty eight. Eight.
Okay, and my cosmology or my spirit
Cosmology.
umbral pearl. Oh, okay. So my cosmology then. Wow, I haven't used that in a long while. Okay, diff 8 you said.
Mm-hmm.
Three successes on my part, three nines.
Okay. Do. You quickly realize that this will not be an easy journey. First off, you have an undisclosed location, which you can't really do anything about. You also do not know the route you're taking, and all Umbral's landscapes are not typically as safe as the real world is. It's like you just stepped into a medieval setting where any kind of travel is very much fraught with a bit of peril and a bit of deceivousness. Yes, and it's with strength and might, heat, and thought that one gets away with it. Just so you know, just so you know.
Okay. But
And
but at least I have my magic, and it will be kind of like not vulgar here. So plus and minus, plus and minus.
okay, you're walking through this place, and you're quickly seeing a few different things that are not ultimately there, but you do realize that they're kind of metaphorically there. You're walking across what seems to be a shards of both glass and of forestry, of tall stones, and simultaneously of flat, barren landscapes. And off to the very, very south, you see what looks to be the sound, or at least you hear the sound of what seems to be gigantic blasts of air and metal. Well, the stick is pointing more and more to the west. And as you keep going west and west and west, you also see things that could be described as low on the ground. You also see things that could have been at one point cruel or mestiçants. You also hear little weeping, little cryings, and on other places, joy and happiness. But these are not the places they're going to. No, 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 no. The stick is pointing you away from these places, away from these places, away from these places. And at the same time, deeper and deeper and deeper into these stone hierarchies, these stone gates you would have called them, but they're not really gates. They're like archways, as it were, or nothing inherently threatening or dangerous is in of themselves, but what could be inside is of another matter. So, tell me, do you have any academics?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Roll me what's plus academics difficulty 8.
Okay, that would be 4 dice. Two successes, 2 8s.
Okay, okay. You're not gonna get anything. You're not gonna get the definite reference, but I can give you a little bit of clue.
Mm-hmm.
There's an epic story, actually a rather famous fantasy story that has something. It has a very particular character in it. And as you're walking through it, you're sort of reminded, or at least you're getting the impression of this character. It's never directly in front of your eyeballs, never directly, but always on the skews left and to the right. And this little voice that just keeps talking about the precious, about something about her, and something about she can kiss it, and we takes it, and other such little bits in the. It's there, right off the peripheral of your vision. There's nothing definite, nothing substantial here, or that points to a definite source. But through your understanding of academics, you realize that that's still there.
Okay. Uh, I'll roll my first perception and alertness to get more a better feel of the place and understand its architecture.
Okay, go ahead.
And possible weaknesses within it, because that's the whole hacker nature thing. So perception and alertness first and foremost. I just have 1 9.
Okay, okay. With 1 9, you kind of get the feeling that a fantasy city called Mildred's Throne or Mithrid's Throne or something like that.
Sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
Okay, okay. Well, basically, it's a stronghold against the armies of the darkness of the evil army that is going to, at a very short amount of time, at least narratively in the story, be besieged. It is constructed of a number of different gates. It's on the side of a mountain, and as you're going through this place, you're really remembered of a few different instances of that, and how the story plays out. It does not play out very well for the inhabitants. And although they win the day, they do not win the war ultimately. It was through a MacGuffin that the story was actually ended through for the good
Gandalf.
guys. I won't say peaceful because that's a misnomer.
Yeah, but basically the battle has been won, but they had to literally just hold out for a very, very long time before anything could be done. And it's like more and more he kind of thinks, huh, wonder whose dream this is. He thinks to himself.
Dream, sir. Dream, sir. This is the Umbra. This is the reflection of what is there. It is a reflection of ideas. It's a reflection of thoughts. But if you're talking about the dreaming, well, it could be the reflection of someone's dream if enough people thought it was important enough. But maybe it's more of the symbolism here rather than the actual thing.
Yeah, it's. I have to say that it's whoever dreamt about it because of my particular tradition. But you know, just keeping on with the theme, he thinks about it and carries on forward. Kind of inspects. I'll do a perception and investigation to examine if there is any mechanism here, just
The
in case.
bulwarks, the stonecraft, and all that other good nonsense.
Exactly. You get it. I have to earn my willpower somehow.
Blah, blah, blah.
So,
Go, please. Do it. Difficulty 7.
okay, I have another 9.
Okay. You don't find anything definite, unfortunately. You do see little remnants of battles long past, actually, of what seems to be the smell of musket fire, and of down the ground what seem to be some very very old warheads, arrowheads actually, that seem to be cut across by stone shaping and twirled together with bindings of some sort, which unfortunately my natural history is not really helping at this point. But and then you see things that seem to have been tomahawks at one point, and you definitely see something. You definitely see a gruesome scene, actually, a gruesome bit of morbid assertiveness in here. There's a tiny shrine, as you were. Not really a shrine, but it does seem to have the traps and stuff. The stone placements, the not ornate, but very set off piece of wood from the ground. And as you're looking at it more and more expectively, you realize it's a hunk of flesh with a bit of hair on it. And as you look more and more closer, you realize that's human hair. And as you look more and more closer, you realize that's a scalp. And beside the scalp, you will definitely see what looks like to be a hatchet, as of course. But all of this, it's just a sideshow here. It's just a sideshow point, as the damn rod seems to point none of these things, but tangential to them.
So, we need to go past them, as it were,
Mm.
basically. That's where the rod is pointing. You
Indeed,
know?
indeed. You're walking through something that has no part of your quest, but is still very much there and very much, I won't say alive, because that's a misnomer. Of was, could be, were, not sure.
Probability has been changed, and spirits here, there, everywhere. Time is a flux. Everything is bound to change. But he does pay his respects as a solemn bow towards the shrine, as if saying, grim hello to whomever just passed there at one point. And then on that note, he moves on.
I have a question. Do you have any bit of American history inside of you right now? Or do you know any American history?
Uh, mm, I'm I'm ashamed to say, but I used to at one point, but unfortunately, I had to take a few exams, and right afterwards, it got deleted out of my skull. So,
Okay, stop. I'll help you out here. What's your academics? Do me a favor, do
what?
your intelligence academics difficulty 8.
Okay, my problem solver I doubt would apply.
Nope.
So, nothing.
Okay. Although I did see you get 2 sevens, so I'll give you this little tidbit.
Mm-hmm.
Scalping. It's a practice in which you take a tomahawk, you bury it in the head of your enemies, and you pull the skin off.
Oh shit! Someone must have been praying to a certain spirit. Again, kind of like a grim reminder that not all venerations of all spirits are nice and pleasant.
There we go. Do you still want to pay respects to this shrine, or do you want to continue forward?
I continue.
Okay then.
I don't want to deal with that at all. While I have ancestry, I I have different ancestry as well. AK, I'm currently white. So, no. Next. I haven't gone into past lives, so not. Yeah.
You're gonna go past this. Well, actually, I should correct myself. You're gonna go through this for the most part. All right, as you find yourself reaching to a plateauing effect, and then you realize that as you look forward, there seems to be a massive sheet of concrete, and on the concrete seems to be a crisscrossing of finely veiled strings, as it were. Or could it be strings? Could not be strings. I'm not sure. And then you have, see, very straight constructions at a horizontal degree, vertically going upward from these slab of concrete, which also seem to pull. Is that correct, the term? You're not really sure. Or is it being pulled to, or is it in a constant tug of war with these strings of finely veiled strings across this slab? As you see strings coming to the vertical spire in the middle of the thing, and those going outwards, you could reasonably attest that this could be a bridge.
Okay. I'm doing a perception alertness, I think, to examine better the weaknesses within it and observe how it's constructed. Because, again, I have to play on my nature right now.
Okay. 1 second. Not perception. That's not alertness. That doesn't mean anything here. Here, do you have any
Awareness.
crafts or technology?
I have both, which is more applicable because I have crafts in jewelry, crafts in cooking, but technology I don't have it beyond 2.
Okay,
So,
this is what I'm gonna do. Do perception plus crafts difficulty 8.
okay, my highest crafts then. Difficulty 8. I have 2 successes on that one.
Okay. This is actually a very classical lattice bridge, as it were, or in that the strings in the middle are meant to hold a lot of the forces and sort of pull it this way, and therefore when the force of gravity is pulling downwards, it's actually more evenly distributed on the strong points than it is on the weaker points, which is the thin air.
Okay. And do I see kind of like a railing, or is this without railing?
I'll give you a little bit extra because you're being Pacifics. You see further down that there seems to be a secondary maintenance platform, but it seems to be a lot of the action, a lot of the thoroughfare as it should be, is actually on the top.
Hmm. So let me think, because I'm trying to understand this picture. Because this is basically a rope with a slab type bridge, right?
No. It's a bridge. It's a lattice bridge, man. It looks very, very modern, but I'm giving it to you in a metaphorical reasoning because I just find it funnier that way.
Sorry, I'm not a bridge aficionado, so I'll have to look at some pictures. How do you even write that?
Like, hold on a minute, I'll just do it myself. 1 second.
Sorry, I'm a foreigner. It's my second language.
Okay, start streams here. Okay, you see this bridge?
Uh-huh.
This is what you
Oh.
see.
Oh, okay. So that's a lattice bridge. Huh.
I may not be using the right terminology, but that is definitely what I've been trying to describe to you.
Oh, kind of like what the Golden Gate Bridge would be, technically.
Yeah, actually, that's a good illustration.
Oh, okay. I have a sort of a reference in the whole Golden Gate thing, so I get it now.
All right, cool.
So there is basically a place for where you could go, if I remember correctly from the pictures in that instance. So it is traversable. I don't have to technically just crawl upon it.
It is definitely seemed like it is meant to be walked on.
Okay, cool. I have to be thorough because A, I need my willpower back. B, I'm trying not to fall off. So, sorry. Okay, and this isn't a drawbridge. Let me put it.
This is not a drawbridge.
Okay, so basically, after examining it thoroughly, uh, walk and first and foremost, I check to see the stick where it's pointing.
It's pointing across. It's pointing across, man. It's pointing across.
Okay, if the stick's pointing across, I'm going across said bridge.
Okay, fantastic. As you're making your walk down there, Harry, and you're starting to realize that the prominence of tools, at least the ideas and symbologies of tools, are reasserting themselves, or at least had been reasserting themselves as you made your way through these gates, these archways, and shit like that. And you're actually starting to see the first remnants of active anima, or at least kind of active anima, of little crawling things really scurrying across this bridge to and from the cords of silver linings, and from there to themselves. And there are two bigger things, and two smaller things. There are little things all over the place. And then some seem to fling themselves far, far off in the distance, and then others seem to have been flung onto this bridge very briefly and walked across again.
Okay, interesting. Um, I'm trying to make sure that I don't disturb the activities of said inhabitants so that I can be on my way where the stick is pointing me.
Okay, good. And with the help of your little "it's not my problem" field, you're actually doing quite a bit better than you would have. It's not hard for you to do so. These things seem to be of a more animalistic nature is actually the incorrect word. Or simple in form or function, simple in need and desire, simple in station, as it were. Or so you're very much able to quietly step around these guys as long as you don't step on any of them in particular. And do me a favor, do me a dexterity athletic difficulty 4. It's just you being
Dex.
discreet.
Okay. Four. Uh,
Yep.
4 successes. Awesome.
It's not hard. You were able to do it fairly nicely. There's a point in time in which a pattern sarrier eeks, but he's more like eeking as he's bringing his thorax up to get flung or is flying again. But eventually, you do make it to the center point, and at that point, uh, something new happens. A second. Okay, there we go. When you finally get to the halfway point, you see a thread that is actually thicker. Not the thin little strips of these tiny things anymore, but definitely a thickness of a solidarity. And this thread seems to be connected directly, impeccably to the bridge itself. As did you do from overhead between two of the spokes that hold this thing together, what seems to be a tiny, what seems to be a little figure, but definitely bigger than these small things, but not much bigger than a man or I guess maybe a woman as it were, folds itself downwards into the middle of the path and gives its grateful gaze directly towards the person on it. That is not a spider.
Okay. So she's looking directly at my character, right?
Yep.
Okay. And that is clear. I'll do a
Mhm.
perception empathy to understand better her intentions, first and foremost. Uh, Perception and empathy, that would be 4 dice. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. You do. This unnamed person did not mean to attack you. Is not attacking you immediately. No. If she meant to harm, she could have just snuck up behind you, or at least moved around, or at least wouldn't have presented herself to you. But you also realize that this is not a happy customer either. Her. It sounds like someone that has been you very much look at someone who has been riled up from a nap or something like that, and has seen to need a an undue amount of work suddenly pop up. This person is not happy to see you.
Okay. So she's basically willing to talk, but she's kind of upset that I had to just go here, basically.
Hmm.
Okay. First and foremost, hello.
There's a slight grumbling sound that seems to reverberate around the webbing, as a number of spiders seem to now be circling around between you and this other person. Not specifically, that's actually a misnomer. If they had intention or vector to go between you two, they suddenly correct and make a vast detour her so that there is nothing between you and the for the eight-legged person in front of you. And you. As what seems to be a rather low, quiet, almost stilled. And the voice that's going to be speaking is not coming from my mouth. That's covered by a mask, surely. But it seems to be coming from the very vibrations of the very vibrations of the thousands of tiny little chords. It's just unwanted.
Okay, so it's like unwanted. That's basically what she said. May I pass?
There's more and more vibration as you start to get into a few different words that seem to spill in the cup of coffee very quickly. Indulgent and wicked and true, or thous before are given, and agonized, distrustful, stealer, ripper, and then something like a cacophony stops for every moment, moment, and then the word comes up. Very solidarity, almost a question. Tribute.
Tribute. Okay.
And then another series of different series of different vibrations come up. Pay, payment, favor, payment or favor, service to, trading of boons, and other such nonsense.
Okay. He will be listing off HTTP address. So sorry, it's not HTTP. It's AFTP. You know the ones where in Total Commander you introduce because it's on one of those servers.
So, what you're telling me is that you're using video game syntax to voice replies.
Yeah, I'm basically trying to say that my payment for you is at, and I put in the address within. It's kind of like on a server where certain files are uploaded to be downloaded at any time as long as one has Total Commander installed, you know. But you have to know the specific username and password for said location to actually access them in order for other people to obtain said files, you know. And he is
Okay.
basically trying to say where the thing is and the username and password that he uses to access said files, so that a lot of movies, a lot of video games that are a bit newer that came.
Okay. Stop. Okay, I get you. It's your cache of pirated material. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just in
there you go.
case.
That's all you have to say. There's more and more vibration at the web, and this time there's a little bit of indignation. You think you would be in there, or but definitely the new phrase just come back as empty basket.
Empty basket.
And then more and more vibration. Favor.
Okay. What favor do you need to perform?
Okay, okay. Do-do-do-do-do. The vibrations are starting to collect a bit now. What was once very, very loud and boisterous is a release in relative certainty. We are now starting to make a collection of rhythmic and little debs and wubs, whereas before it was a chorus singing of sound. This is more like a little side performers. I'm not really getting at the right word. You know how an orchestra has many different players?
Yeah.
Basically like that. What is once a loud shout and declaration of something become tiny little wood strings and of thumpings and wumpings and things as more words or at least understandable sentences and phrases start popping in. Under bridge, keystone, and replaced, recovered, then it return accepted.
Okay, so basically, under the bridge, there is something that needs to be uh, returned.
Underneath the bridge, there seems to be something that needs to be replaced or maintained.
Okay. Um, he will. He asks first and foremost, "Do you permit me to look at it?"
The orchestra, the little tiny orchestra, turns up again. Then maintenance hatch. Ding! Ding! And the dinging seems to be coming from one of the buildings, both going upwards, but it definitely seems like something you could get to not without much undue hassle. So underneath, so the lines are thinner, very thin. Parts simple, improved, useful.
Okay. So let me get this straight. What's down there needs to be done a maintenance, sort of, because it's a bit thinner than it should be useful to you.
That is task. That is tribute.
All right. Um, I'll do it right now if you permit me.
Quickly, before the mind is changed.
Okay. So you said that there's a maintenance hatch that opened while they were conversing.
Yeah. We'll say it's open. That's fair enough.
Okay, so he'll be going downstairs through the maintenance hatch to see what this thing is.
Okay. As you go down there, you finally make into what looks like to be the remains of a platform. It definitely seems very rickety and unstable, as it were. And as you sort of peer off further into the bridge, or at least further underneath the bridge, the definite fine and strong cables from above are, well, Not as much there as they are trying to come unravel. Very tiny little threads. The very tiniest of threads have already started to come undone and start to twist and twain outward. Some of these central wires are still holding on tightly, as it were. They're designed to hold on tightly. But over onto your left-hand side, you do see what looks to be a excuse me, a very strong red bulb, light bulb, as it were. Industrial size. It's one of those things that you find like under in a cage-like structure or something like that.
A giant light bulb. So,
Eh,
okay, so that giant light bulb is not working basically.
pretty much. Seems like it.
Uh, can I do an intelligence technology?
Okay.
Okay. This is a problem, so would it apply?
You know what? Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay, so motherfucker. I would have had two, but uh,
Okay, okay.
okay.
The problem is easy enough to tackle, at least you believe so. Basically, it's a switching out of parts. There's probably some bulbs over there you gotta take care of. But the biggest problem you're not really paying attention to is actually the cords here. There does not seem to be as much, and if there is any slab, you're standing on it.
Okay. Well,
And did you also do me a wits damn it, wits cosmology? There we go.
okay, that would be 6. I have a 10. Yay, 10.
Okay, okay, okay. There's a river rushing underneath you, but then you also know that rivers are not ultimately the same thing. They can be, but they can also be something else entirely. And the various different mythologies and creation myths and ideas have different ideas of what the water and river really mean. What this means right here, that there is a water, you're not really quite sure.
Because on some level of the Umbra, that water could be just a raw task, or on some others, it could be a river of souls. On others, it could be the oblivion itself. So I'd need some additional rules to actually understand better what this river would represent. But right now, I'm kind of like, here's the thing. I'm trying to understand my positioning because it's like, how do I get there is the question.
Bro.
Because you said that there's a platform where I'm standing right
Yep.
now, right? And I see the light bulbs where I should switch them, but
Hmm.
there's no location as to uh, let me think how to express myself. A sort of a there is missing parts of the bridge itself where I couldn't just step over or walk through.
Yep, you are describing a very accurate interpretation of what's before you. A lot of the concrete slapping just simply is not there. There is a lot of other stuff, but to transcode it may be a little bit precarious if you're not a egg-like spider.
Hmm, interesting. Are there any latches or some sort of mechanism so that I could use technically to go across if I did put my hands or my feet towards them?
Unfortunately, those are not here. If they were here, there would make no, it would not make sense for it to be here. And considering the denizens of this area, but it's being presented to for or to you is not unlike what they would see as a routine field trip.
Hmm.
This is the
Okay.
challenge.
Okay. So basically, I'd need some sort of
I'm not going to tell you that you could walk it.
no. I'm just trying to. I'm going to do a perception awareness to try to understand a, a bit more about the texture, because I have a bit of matter before you know the thing is, but I want to understand if I with spirit 3 and matter 2 I could technically fudge my way over somehow.
You want to make a magic roll, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I try to make some sort of a ledge or some sort of a gizmo, kind of like a makeshift bridge or some sort of a ladder to go across ish. So I'd have to understand how,
Okay,
what
okay.
the
I'm going to
first
tell you. I'm going to tell you something right now. Awareness will not let awareness is not what you want to roll for this. If you want to know the physical makeup of the area, matter may be better. And if you want to know the spiritual nature of the area, spirit also works fairly okay.
yeah, but
But
I
awareness itself will not help you.
already so it would be kind of like a perception plus matter, or is it just straight up my arete roll?
Straight up, it's going to be your arete roll because I know you don't have your tools ready at hand right now.
Uh, the only two, oddly enough, the tools that I have on me is basically my body, which I can use to meditate, dance, and besides my, I could use my necklace, but you know, for spirit, I could use just a meditation. For matter, I kind of didn't say beforehand that I have my necklace, so unfortunately that wouldn't be there. So anyway, I would just take a breather, meditate, and put up some spirit sight to understand better how this would work. Hopefully it works.
Okay. Did you make your arete roll? Yeah, I'll give it to you for 4.
Okay, rolling. Motherfucker! Just one more.
Hmm. It just, there just doesn't seem to be anything here. It's like you're trying to plug in, but because you can't plug in to do your iPhone back at home, it seems like you just can't plug in yourself here. You could try again at a higher difficulty though.
Okay. I hate having 3 dice for this dice pool. Here we go. Okay, I have a 10. I have it active. Yes.
Okay. The spiritual nature of this place, it seems to be a place of seems to be a representation of the journey a person takes, or at least in the loosest definition of or as what a bridge is did you do man's ability to conquer no shouldn't say conquer nature, that's a little misleading, but more like did you do outdo nature's natural pits and flurries and blows. As for the situation right here, those threads are about as real as they are in the spiritual world. As far as matter, eh, Yeah, you're pretty understanding that the cables that you've seen thus far, although in the natural world would probably not hold jack or shit, here they might be able to hold quite a bit more.
So if I do kind of like a Dex technology and hold myself with the cables towards, a bit, not, I won't say walk towards, but more like
You want to tightrope the you want to tightrope it is what I'm hearing.
mm, it's improper because I'm not walking on the tightrope. I'm crawling around it. Kind of like my body is hugging the rope a bit. Uh, Sort of get stability or trying to make myself have a better footing, so to speak.
Okay, question. Do you have any survival training?
Motherfucker, no.
Yeah. Okay. This would be a lot easier if you just had a little bit of survival. Okay.
I know, sorry.
Ah, okay. As soon as you try to crawl, at least you sort of you. I'm going to let you do a little bit of a test right here. You're trying to crawl, and then you suddenly realize gravity takes effect, and suddenly you're hanging very much by your hands and your feet, as it were. Or and your feet also kind of just fall a little bit. And I'm going to allow you a little bit of time to get back up if you want to just retry this thing and try to describe better.
Okay, I'll retry it.
And what I mean is, I want you to describe to me how you're doing this.
Okay, so uh, let me have a better mental understanding of it. Behind me, there's the ladder that I went down from, right?
Yep.
Beneath me, there is a small platform on which I stand, and there is a gap between said platform and the place where the light bulbs need to be switched. And
Okay. Maybe I should describe it again. You're on a platform. It seems to be the platform with all different bits and bobs need to be switched out. It seems to have supplies. Nice. The ladder's behind you, goes up. Where the bulb needs to be placed is further into the bridge. You can guess that it would take it would be maybe like a maybe like a 30-second walk because of where her, but crawling it may take a little bit more time.
okay. Is there any rocks around me? Small types of rocks.
Yeah, I'll say there's a discarded bolt lying on the ground you can pick up.
I want to throw it at the gap to see if this is an illusion or if it's real.
You
Because I
throw the
know that.
bolt and it goes soaring, and then it goes and it hits the point, and it just falls through the point, and it does a further down. You don't really much hear it, and much you just sort of see this tiny vibration in the rushing water as the bolt goes missing again.
Okay, so basically, it's not an illusion. This is really a freaking chasm. Okay.
Yep.
I look sort of around to see the walls, if there could be places where I could put my hands and feet on them, because I know that spiders go on walls, but I'm not sure how much space is within said walls to see if I can use on the wall. Sort of.
Do me perception, investigation, difficulty 8.
Okay, perception and investigation. I botch.
Okay,
Wow. I hate
this is what just
myself right
happened.
now.
Okay, this is what happened. You're looking, you're giving yourself a good accent, and then you suddenly realize, like a spark of inspiration is like, oh, it's just there. Like halfway across the groove, there seems to be a little indent that seems to indicate a handhold. Hold. It's just like a good quick ways out there actually.
So basically, I need to stretch a bit until I get to said groove.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's what you think. You think, yeah, you think that sounds reasonable actually.
Okay. Uh, Here's what I'm trying to think. Can I make more of said grooves, just like it, with matter, so that it is not just the one groove? It's more than just the one groove. You know, like
How
when
much
I
matter
put
do you
my
have?
two.
Hmm, it's theoretically doable.
Okay. Um. Let's see. First groove.
Like, wait a second. Do you want to cast magic through this? What you using as focus, man? What are you doing?
Okay. I am touching said wall. I'm focusing. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I make the plan. I want to. I visualize. Groove. That's what I want to do. I know that I have matter, and I breathe in, breathe out. Meditate a bit on the nature of the wall, and kind of fudge reality a bit so that maybe, just maybe, I can find places to put my hand within it so I could just go across.
Okay. You're gonna make an E3 table. You're gonna do it at difficulty 6.
Yes, one success.
Okay. You know that thing that I told you was definitely probably there? You start to realize as you start to make the effect happen that that little handle you thought was there was indeed no way there. That was a that was a false shadow. But with the aid of the false shadow, you actually make a tiny little handhold hold there.
Okay, so I put my handhold there.
Yep.
Hand in the handhold. You know what I mean.
Okay. Did you do? You're gonna do me a dexterity athletics standard diff since you're just sort of reaching out to this first one.
Mm-hmm. And go. Nothing. Shit.
Eee. Uh,
Damn you ones.
you can try again at higher difficulty. You try to reach out there, but you just sort of get a flat, and you feel like your foot slip tiny a little bit, but you almost reactionally snap back.
Okay. Second try. Diff 7. Okay, I have a success.
Okay, you got your hand in there. Okay. You got your hand in there. It's not quite enough to get it all the way across, but you have secured the first step. Good job, sir.
Okay.
Now, what do you do from here? Do you want to continue to try the shimmy across, or what are we doing here?
I'm trying to repeat the process. This time I'm even more connected to the wall and I feel it a bit better. And I'm trying to make a kind of like a, how orangutans, I think, try to go from a vine to a vine. Or, no, bad example. You know that there's a kind of a sport where there's a wall and there's a lot of things getting out of said wall. You know,
I
I know.
have literally no idea what you're trying to describe here. You're lucky I gave you a wall.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to understand what's it called. Because there is a sport where basically you need to put your uh, hands and feet in certain rocks that get out of said wall, so that you'd have somewhere to stand upon, so to speak. Kind of like mountain climbing, but on a sort of artificial wall. Trying to
Okay,
do a bit of
let
a
me explain to you.
Spider-Man thing.
Okay. You were lucky enough to get halfway there using this trick. Heck, getting across the second half is going to be much, much harder because the wall simply is not there.
Oh shit. Okay. So the wall starts, it's missing basically because
Yeah.
shit happened, and half of it is kind of like part of the floor now, which is a chasm.
Chasm, it's a rushing bit of water, man.
Yeah, a rushing bit of water. So I'm going to do a perception alertness to see if I can jump it.
Okay. Uh, I'll give it to you difficulty 7.
Okay.
Don't really think would be standard, but you're trying to hang on for dear life here, so yeah, to 7.
Yeah, I get it. Here goes nothing.
You're just not sure.
Okay. Luckily for me, I didn't botch this. So, let me see. If I can. If I can use my will to, fudge said wall to be just a little more than it actually is in reality, so that I could have another place to stand upon.
He's like, do. Yeah,
Kind of like molding clay a bit.
I'm shaking my head because do.
I
You,
needed 3 instead of 2. I get you.
it's like
Uh,
I'm shaking my head because this is not the dreaming in which that might actually work. This is the umbral reflection, and this is the bridge hitch.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Like,
I'm
man,
going
I'm gonna have to tell you something. At sometimes you just gotta do the crazy stupid bullshit to get what you need done. Sometimes there is no easy way out. Sometimes you just gotta take the dumb chances or quit out.
Okay. So basically, okay. Fuck it. I'm going to do the, you know, 1, 2, 3 motion, and hope to ever living fuck that I'm not going to be swallowed by a river.
It's like, are you going? You're gonna jump it?
I'ma jump it.
Oh God. Okay. Oh God. God damn it. Okay.
Sometimes you gotta do the stupid thing.
Okay. First, we're gonna start with your strength because
Okay.
jumping is strength based. Don't ask me why, it just is. And then you're gonna use your athletics. And there's a threshold here that you're gonna need to get if you're gonna do this in one great big bound.
Okay. So
I'm not allowed to tell
strength.
you I'm not allowed to tell you the threshold, but let's see, Austin.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like I know you're watching. Hold on a second. Okay, 1 second. I'm holding up a number of fingers, Austin. You see them? Yep. Okay. This is so that we make sure. He has to make this, or bad things will happen to him. Okay, I just consulted my ST. You sure you want to make this?
You know that my dice pool is 4, right? If it's strength athletics. So.
I know, man. I know.
And you said that it's a strength threshold.
Yep.
So. Well, I could do something beforehand. I
You
won't
could.
like it, but I'm going to pray to my avatar to increase my chances so that the difficulty will be uh, lowered a bit, which is basically an entropy 2 effect. And, I'm using meditation basically to actually lower the
Okay.
difficulty.
Okay.
I'm going to say the prayer that he's saying right now.
Okay. Do a really good prayer, and I'll give it to you at difficulty 5.
Okay. I am praying to my goddess. I pray that my feeble attempts of defending my home are enough to wither the shadow of a storm that will come to test us all. I pray that my plea for help will be answered in time. I pray that those that will listen remain our friends all the way through. I pray for patience, temperance, empathy, and mercy. I pray for my dream to be real and my nightmare false. I pray for my promises, covenants, and oaths to be kept true. I pray for this end to bring a new beginning. That
Okay.
is my prayer.
Roll your irritate difficulty 5, sir.
2 successes.
Okay. You're gonna roll this at difficulty 6.
Awesome. Strength athletics. My heart's beating so fucking fast right now. 3 successes. Is it enough?
You throw yourself. Over there. There. And it's sort of like this lateral move jump. There's like this fucking action movie something. And you sort of, it's like that these things are happening in almost instances. Is mere less than moments actually, but everything seems to be slowed down because that's what happens when you get the adrenaline running a bit. And you, as you're reaching your hands out there, you realize not almost indefinitely, but you realize you're not actually going to make the full distance. But you're using your hands out there, and you're able to catch a little bit of the final core, right? And you realize there would not be that much of a scooter to have to get on there now, but you're dangling now.
Okay. I'm trying to get up.
I'm gonna reveal this afterwards. That you needed to get exactly that many to not fall and kill yourself.
Jesus Christ, I needed exactly 3 to not fall and kill myself.
Yep.
Thank you, Avatar. I love you, love.
Okay. Now, this next part is going to be the same roll, and the same roll, but it's going to be at difficulty 8. You're gonna have to get 2 successes, but then you will be up there. Because this is you just shimmening your little ass up and over there.
Okay. Oh, this game is giving me so much palpitations. You have no idea. Okay. Here goes nothing. I climb up. Oh, yes! Fuck! Yes! Fuck! Yes!
Okay, good job, sir. With the tools in hand and the replacement part, you find yourself at the little junction way that will allow you to replace the bulb.
Awesome! I replaced the bulb. I
Okay,
unscrew
okay.
it and put the next one.
And with the bulb replaced, the dimensions of this little plane become a little bit more uniform. The pathway is not constructed backwards, but there seems to be a little bit more stability in the overall structure. Getting back will not be as difficult as getting here, but it will be something of a test.
As in, holy
As
crap, it's
in,
not enough.
you've gotten here, now you need to get back across.
Fuck.
Hey man, you got here. No one really expected you to get this far.
Hey, it's cool. I'm going to do, you said crafts for construction, right?
hmm
So perception crafts to better understand the jump it would take, basically.
Okay, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, I love this roll.
Okay. Now that you've a better understanding, or at least you've made it the way, you struggled the way, you realize very quickly you needed 5 successes to actually make a complete jump there. 4 to kind of make it there, and if you get 2 or 1, you would have just fallen.
Jesus fucking Christ. But, whew. Now what? Because it's like I have more of a way to stand on, so to speak, right?
Yeah. You could theoretically tiptoe across us. You would not. It would be. It would not be a simple task, but you could do it.
Yeah, but I don't need to do this whole rules of nature type of jump where it's like, holy fucking moly, I need to have more jumps than my freaking dice pool.
Basically, you've transformed the situation from a jumping, which you didn't actually have to jump, by the way. You could have tightrope. Well, it would have been a different check entirely. But now you set it a situation where you could tightrope, well, but it would not be quite as fucktardly dangerous.
Awesome. So basically, I'm going to fucking tightrope and hope to fucking love.
Okay.
Because, of course,
This okay. This time you're gonna make a death slash check, difficulty 8.
first and foremost, I need to calm my fucking self down. So that would be a meditation roll, right?
Eh, depends how you want to look at it.
Yeah, so what's meditation to center myself so that, you know, get more stability within my mind so it's not like, holy fuck, shut up, adrenaline, you know.
What do you want to do, man?
Uh, breathing exercise, you know, try to go into the lotus position and breathe the fuck on, you know.
Okay. You're gonna do it at difficulty 7, but as you're doing it, you start to feel a slight chill in the air.
Okay, so what's meditation?
Yeah, sure, whatever, man. Just do it.
Okay. Uh, 4 successes.
Okay, you're more calm. But you realize that you've taken so long to do this, is that now it's actually, if there were such a thing as a day, or at least a recitation of Solar, as it were, or he has decided to take a nap, as it were, and suddenly it is very, not dark today, but more shadowy, more clouded. And there's definitely more of a chill in the air.
As in, the day slowly turns into night, and now the freaking spirits of twilight have come to play. Yay.
Something like that.
Okay, I'm going on the rope and hope to whatever love has in store for me next. It won't fail me now.
Okay. Test athletics, difficulty 8, so.
Yeah, this time it's not that much of a threshold, hopefully.
It's basically a don't fail and don't botch situation.
Shit! Fuck!
Okay, I'm going to give you a wits dex roll, difficulty 9.
Wits and dex.
Yes.
Okay. I managed.
Okay then.
3 successes.
Then. You seem to just step on a little bit of fucking wet patch as your ship does fucking fall. As you are about to rush headlong, you're about to leave the safety of this location in the cold depths, but suddenly your hand, or at least your right hand, has a very, very firm grip on the damn cord now, or at least the damn edge of the cord now, which seems to be slightly buffed. And you're dangling there by one arm.
Okay, I'm putting my second arm and trying to get myself back up.
Okay. Strength athletics, difficulty 8, sir.
Same dice pool. 4. Difficulty 8, 2 successes. Cool.
Okay, you got both your hands there. Oh, and now you realize that you're in the middle of a swinging overpass. And as you look down, you suddenly get the realization that this water that is screening underneath you, it bears an equal resemblance to cars rushing through the byway, but at the same time, never betraying its true intention of water at the same time.
Huh.
The waves are starting to look like cars.
Weird. But hey, it's the Umbra. Not everything makes sense. So he, makes his way slowly but surely to the other side.
Hand over hand handles.
Yeah, kind of like going like this, sort of making sure that it's not over. It's like one at a time, making sure he takes the safer route, as in not over like a dumbass.
Okay, man. And strength athletics, difficulty 8.
1 success.
It's like you're making a little bit of headway, but you're just not making enough headway.
Another one.
It's like, yep. Okay. Corey Snowblind. I want you to tell me, what are your favorite parts of this character? What are the most favorite events of this character that you've lived through? Tell me this character's story.
His name is Corey Snowblind. He once was Connor O'Hare before he chose a proper mage name. He unknowingly was run over by a vehicle, which prompted to his awakening. And oddly enough, he saw his first wraith in that same day. he went for the first time to the House of the Green Blades, which was his home for many months, where he was enrolled in the Commoner army as a mercenary, as a and won a battle for the changelings against the Adhene. He was there when the attack by the terrorists happened, and he spread out the information as best as he could so that there was a solid plan so that that fucking city that dared invaded us was attacked and was dealt with the same hand that it dealt us. He made sure that the masters were gathered so that New York doesn't stand alone against the cabal called the hierarchy. He made sure to send one of the masters against the cabal called Alpha Omega to end their reign of terror upon the city.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your personal favorite parts.
Well, my personal favorite part was when, besides the whole winning a fucking battle when he was barely awoke, there was this one time where I think you were there in the same scene. Yeah, you were there. I'm not sure if in the same room or you were in the same house. But there was this one tool that this old cultist of ecstasy said, "Here, have a club. Use it to defend yourself. Swing wildly or something." And at that moment, I used that fucking club. I imbued it with the primal essence, and I hit the freaking time anomaly, releasing that cultist from the hands of death.
Ah, I remember that scene. Hey, okay. Tell me, what is the character personal connections to other characters? Where are his strongest connections? Like, what are your interpersonal relationships with your most important people in this person's life?
Well, the most it's sort of a mentor that he looks up to first and foremost that he goes through his mind. His name is Alexander Winterborn. He taught him that there is a way to actually communicate with others, that he doesn't have to be just this fucking pawn of his family to be the cage fighter that he used to be in the past. He can be something more. He can actually connect to other people. He met Tom Dooley, which he kind of considers a brother to him. This quadruple spastic paraplegic dude that barely could function on a wheelchair at best of times, and sometimes with a lot of effort even walk on crutches. But man, that is a person that he could consider a brother and the person he looks the most up to, because that person is kinder than anyone he's ever met. And then there is Leah, the priestess of Gaia, that he particularly wants his longest werewolf best friend, Travis Moran, to have a happy life with each other, and whose story of love he would have professed to the spirit of Duck as one of those couples, aside from the Adams family and Valerius and Good old.
Okay. You're remembering all of this. You're remembering, you're experiencing, you're musing. As before you, the water just sort of goes over your head, it invades your clothes, you're all soaking wet, and you're starting to realize that these memories are being pulled out of you. Oh, you're starting to see yourself drifting. It's almost like a third person perspective, an on a body experience, as it were. Whereas all this stuff is being slipped out of you. You actually see the seed slip out of you and get washed and find a nice little bank like on the side of the river. It may not have been its intended location, but it seems to be a location it has decided to accept. As your body sort of drifts further and further and further away, further from the norm, further from New York City, in fact, you find yourself back in the spot of your awakening, actually. And the key event that sparked it suddenly doesn't happen, but almost as if there's a melding, as it were, or of your adventurous and radical life as a may age in your awakening. And you just sort of melded back into the person you once were. You suddenly find yourself on the street with memories of things that never happened and with understandings that you never have again. And with all the special treasures that come from every single interpersonal reaction you've ever had. All these things. And this is the story that you have now. Maybe it's just a wild daydream that you just sort of thought up one day. Or is it all real? Well, I don't know. These things are very much real in the fact that you experienced them and that they were experienced. But does that make them purely real? Or does the idea that you lived through it, that you've experienced all the pain and woe and sorrow, make it real? Or is it not real in the fact that no one else can attest to what has happened or even that this event ever happened? How do you feel?
Sort of empty inside. Kind of like, that was interesting, painful, mind boggling. It's like I remember all the deaths of my friends that have gone, all the people that I've drank beer with at one point, had a lot of alcohol, imbibed, sat around the big ass fire, and then all the times that I was left for dead, trapped in a place where I cannot get out, and hoping that help would come. And it sort of did, but way later than expected. It's like all those things meshed into one as he's kind of like looking at the same graveyard that one fateful night in the darkness uh, on the pavement where he's sitting now at the sort of both exit and entrance with no one there anymore. It's like an emptiness, like something that should be there just isn't anymore.
Your family all call you a daydreamer, say that these things are just mere fantasies and you should get back to your learnings. But one person, who's the person that you remember that in your childhood was just like this bit of merriment and joy in your life?
The the one that kind of enjoyed the most in his life would have been well, Dad calls him kind of like Uncle George. He comes out from out of town. He's a bit pale skinned, but it's like it's not a technical uncle. not related by blood, but
Okay, I get it. I get it.
he's
A friend of the family, as it were. Okay, I gotcha.
yeah.
Well, your uncle, your uncle says to you when, hey guys, you're recounting all of this stuff. He says, and he seemed to be at least knowledgeable in some sci-fi and some fantasy books. Says, hey, that'd make a great book, kid. Why don't you go write it up? Maybe make a bestseller.
Huh, cool. I'll get right to it.
He's like, yeah, I can just see it. I can just see it. Do Tales of the Blind by Connor. Hunter. That is a nice ring to it. I like that. What do you think, kid?
Cool. I really, I still am not sure why the fuck my character would be so cult of the rabbit at one point in his life, but hey, I'll try to explain it somehow.
And he's like, we all go through some strange things. I mean, sometimes when you first write a book, you realize the character goes one way. That's what redrafts is for, kid. That's what redrafts is for. But yeah, man, that would totally work. I mean, I read it.
Oh, fuck yeah, Uncle George. Next time we're going to do some more Dark Souls and maybe we can pass on this next boss, you know? What do you say?
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Now,
Awesome.
Flavio,
Yeah,
what do you want to say now? This is you, man. This is all you now, man.
it's been a long journey. It's been a lot of bureaucracy. It's been a lot of push and pull. But I had fun. I loved being this weird ass mage that went into weird ass lands and tried doing some stuff. I personally would have wanted to do a bit more because obviously, who doesn't? But so is fate. So is the dice. So is the understanding of the world around us, where sometimes you want to do all this cool shit, but you just can't. Where dice aren't with you, where your knowledge just says fuck it. But hey, sometimes you just go into the river of oblivion all of a sudden and you just get back where you started. And this time, you know a bit better. You learn some experiences. You understand the world a bit better, the systems, the friendships that you've built, the rivalries that you've attained at one point. And it's kind of bittersweet because, on the one hand, I had fun, on the other, it was very frustrating to get here. So it's a mixed bag for me. I love playing both when he was just Connor O'Hare, now when he's Corey Snowblind, and he was trying to get even the nickname Weary Traveler. But as it all stands, sometimes you ascend, others you just lose your avatar. It goes back to sleep or goes to the next one. Hopefully, that one will be smarter, wiser, understand the situation better, and try to get a better bearing of what's his strength and or hers or theirs. Because love is a weird thing. It's the love of magic. It's that one idea that keeps on reshaping, re-inspiring the user to do more quests, to seek different adventures, try out different things, go out to different realms, understand things through a different set of eyes, and hopefully this one understands the world just a bit better than the last user. As always, I want to bid everyone that has watched up until now sweet dreams, pleasant dreams, have a pleasant sleep as always. Because this was Connor O'Hare, Corey Snowblind, The Weary Traveler, Bani Cavadi, Bani Solitari, and I bid you all good night.
All right. Thank you, good sir. That is about as best as outro as, well, that's about as outro as we can ever have. Night, folks.